Hello everyone, I am Tesseract and welcome to another edition of Cancer Treatments. This is our second episode, and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash. Primarily, what the hell is the episode I just watched? Is Season 6, Episode 16. The episode is called So Long and Good Night. Yeah, this episode is by far the worst one I've seen to date. I mean, the show has been going to shit since, like, season 2.5-ish. Season 3 was meh. It's just been going downhill ever since. And yeah, definitely a low point. So, I took some notes so I can, stay on topic. So, I don't even know how it starts. It's, there's this shit happening that they're trying to track down this guy Carver or make a case against him or something. He runs this tech company that's based out of the BCIT Aerospace campus out in Richmond, because that's where it was filmed. Anyway. So the episode starts with him looking up at this mysterious metahuman who we're not supposed to know who it is because I don't know. You can obviously tell that it's Ragdoll because you can hear him creaking. Also, if you're watching the episode on Netflix, they literally just have like Ragdoll's image right there, so there is just telegraphed it from 10 miles away. So he's like, I want you to kill Joe West. Ha 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 ha. And then does the stupid credits, which now has faces in it, which I really don't like. Because now it has like all of the, I am an important character that has no personality anymore, because reasons. So, yeah, shit's happening, and Joe's out for a drive, and then his brakes give up, and also his car starts accelerating as well. He's like, oh, what happened? You can hear, and he can hear as well, the maniacal laughter of Ragdoll inside his engine. And I mean, it's just so stupid. And then there's a scene of him talking to, I don't even know what her name is, some metahuman that they captured before. He's talking to her in an interrogation room. And he's all like, oh, I can offer you a deal. I can offer you safety because this is how everyone ends up. And they get burned alive, blah, blah, blah. And then from inside an evidence box, Ragdoll just sort of starts forming out. And conveniently enough, the girl looks away at that moment, and he starts coming out of the box because the box is right behind Joe, and she's looking right at Joe. So we don't want the action to happen a little bit too soon. We don't want her seeing me what the fuck? Joe just closes the box, duct tapes it together, and seals the guy in. No, we don't want that happening. We want to build up moments of suspense where she's looking at a distance for no reason, giving Ragdoll the opportunity to get fully out of the box so she can turn on last second and be like, then Ragdoll starts twisting himself into a Twizzler as Joe is shooting at him, and he somehow deflects all of the bullets back at Joe, and then we're going to slow motion with Barry running in, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna stop all these bullets. He's trying to conserve his speed, so why doesn't he just move Joe, who is static? Just take one person and move him out of the way, rather than, I'm gonna stop here, pause, I'm gonna take one bullet there, then I'm gonna move here and then take another bullet, and then, oh, I am running out of power, I'm gonna collapse on the floor while Joe gets hit by another bullet. That didn't make any sort of sense to me. You can totally tell that Iris isn't really Iris. I mean, never really cared much for the character, but you can totally tell that she's not really Iris from 100 miles away because she is so callous towards Barry. She's like, you didn't do shit to save my dad. You're a piece of crap. Why aren't you doing shit? I don't give a crap about you. And even though like he's facing, the loss of his speed, the loss of his identity, and all of this stuff, she's all like, "Ah, yes, but my father is more important than anyone else, and you should save him because I can't lose my father." I mean, okay, fine. In all fairness, you don't want to lose your father, but you can't just start treating your husband like a piece of crap and hoping no one notices. And Barry's an idiot for not realizing this, because there's an instance later on in the episode that happens that just like, seriously, dude? She's just coming right out and saying, I'm a duplicate. I'm not real. I mean, anyway, so then Joe goes to, he like sets down his badge and Carver's image or picture in the file in his office, and he goes off to talk to Carver directly and to confront him. And when he's there, he like, oh, I will make you a deal. And Carver's all like, leave me alone and don't come after me ever again, or else I'll kill you. And then Joe's like, oh, I'll make you a counteroffer. I've been recording our conversation on my phone. To which Carver responds by pushing a button on his watch, which sets off an EMP pulse, in his own words. So many things that are wrong with that. EMP, the P in it already stands for pulse, so it's not an electromagnetic pulse, which I don't even know how it works. That EMP doesn't fry Joe's phone, it just deletes a particular file. Like, how convenient. How, like, specific does this watch setting button have to be that he pushes a button and then, like, the watch is like, oh, I'm gonna go and hack into his phone and delete that one particular file, and I'm gonna call myself an EMP pulse device. Like, for a guy who's in charge of a multi-trillion-dollar tech company, he should know what an EMP is. And that's just down to bad writing. Like, yeah. So then we go to... There's this weird subplot of this random chick who's appeared a few episodes before. I don't know. I can't be bothered with learning her name. She's this, like, cat burglar whose parents think that she's missing, and they're paying someone who's been blackmailing. They're paying them money to make sure that she is safe, even though she is safe, and she's a cat burglar on her own, or some convoluted bullshit like that. Anyway, she's at this, like, investing firm talking to this woman about different types of investments and stuff, and then Dibney just walks in and he's like, yeah, can you give us a minute? We need to talk. Fuck off from your own office. And she's like, ooh, let me leave. Just so we can have exposition happen. So then we go to Nash walking in on Cecile and Allegra and being all like, I want to help keep you guys safe. And then Allegra's all, I'm a piece of shit, so I'm gonna walk out right now. And she walks out, and you can clearly tell that she walked down the hallway. But, like, Nash goes out. He knows the building. There's literally, like, he is in one of the offices in the same building. He knows the layout fully. And as he's stepping out, he stops, and he turns to the right. To the right, there's nothing. There's, like, a meter, and there's a window at the end of the hallway. So if you Like, why would you even turn there? You know the building. You know she couldn't have possibly gone there because there isn't enough distance. And you can see her walking out the other end because the door is just visible. So stupid inconsistency there. I don't know. But anyway, then Allegra goes into the kitchen, I think, and she tries to turn on the light, and she's like, "Oh, the light doesn't work, but I have a flashlight." So she pulls out a flashlight from the drawer. The flashlight's obviously from the 90s. It's an old, massive, crappy flashlight that has no beam whatsoever and is probably still running on like D batteries. Biggest thing ever. And she sees a cracked light bulb, and then there's this like a reveal of Ragdoll dropping on her, and she's all trying to defend herself. After she gets rescued by Nash, she's all like, ah, and then Nash gets kicked out of the way, gets knocked out, of course, in one punch because, you know, he's a man and they can't ever, save themselves. They have to be rescued by a female character who is like 100 pounds less in weight and, you know, like 3 feet shorter and who is super powered. Because reasons. And it's at this moment where she's in danger that Allegra finally remembers, like, oh yeah, I'm a metahuman with light powers. I'm gonna shine some light at him. It's like, really? I mean, I realize you probably shouldn't be abusing superpowers, but you could have just, you know, turned on a little bit of a light on your freaking palm, just kind of like see what you're doing, what's going on, maybe replace the light bulb. But no, you're like, oh, I'm gonna use this crappy flashlight that doesn't do shit. So then we go to, Allegra gets knocked out as well, and Ragdoll takes Cecile and is all like, oh, you're gonna bring so much pain and sorrow. So he takes her away. He conveniently sends Joe a video of exactly what he just said before the cutscene. And he places Cecile on top of a chair, tied up, mouth thing tied up and all that. And, like, within 2 minutes, Joe is there to rescue her. And of course, as he's walking in, he opens the door that I'm just realizing now, the door, it's a wing door thing, and it moves inwards. And it's tensioned to the bomb, and it somehow pulls a pin from the bomb, but it's moving inwards, so it would actually loosen the slack on the tripwire. I don't know. Anyway. And this bomb doesn't just explode, because, I mean, that would make too much sense to, you know, if you want to eliminate a character, you could, you know, blow him up when he comes to rescue his girlfriend or wife or whatever she is. I don't even pay attention anymore. So rather than, you know, just, okay, trigger goes off, they blow up, the Flash has to, like, sweep in at the last moment and try to rescue them, which would make for better action, because especially with Flash trying to conserve his energy and all that, they're all like, no, we need to stretch this scene out, so when he trips the wire and the bomb gets triggered, there's gonna be a 5-minute counter. 5-minute counter starts, like, ticking away, and then he, like, removes the gag from Cecile's face, and he's like, I've come to rescue you, baby. And she's all like, I know, but you can't, because I'm sitting on a pressure pad, because this bomb doesn't just have a remote trigger and a timer, it also has a pressure pad. And rather than him, like, just looking at the time and being like, okay, let's get you out of the way because we still have 5 minutes, and even if it starts speeding up by, like, half, we're gonna have 2.5 minutes to get out of here and, get as far away and just call it quits. No, he's like, I am going to get you off this thing so the timer starts going down really fast, and I'm gonna sit on the bomb and waste even more time. Because I'm gonna hope that the pressure pad is gonna somehow recognize that the weight is the same, even though he weighs like 100 pounds more, and would probably overload the pressure pad, thereby sending the bomb to explode faster. But no, let's not worry about that logic. So then we cut to the Flash fighting with Ragdoll in some stupid contrived scene where Ragdoll is like jumping through pipes and holding them back. Okay, this is a character that like slowly disfigures himself into weird shapes. You are the Flash. You can just enter Flash time for like a split second, cuff him and toss him in a box somewhere. Like, you're not wasting too much energy, just But no, we need to drag this scene out, because while this scene is happening, Cecile and Joe is sitting in the chair, Cecile is just standing there, and like a minute and a half has gone by with them just wasting time, because prior to cutting to the Flash fighting the Ragdoll, there is just, like 3 minutes left, and then when we get back to the same room, it's like, oh, there's a minute and 20 seconds left. Like, seriously, you're just wasting time for wasting time's sake. So, then they contact the freaking, they contact the hub, or the cortex, or whatever they're calling this thing. Actually, it's not even the cortex, they call up Allegra and Nash, and they're like, oh, yeah, we're fine, we just need to defuse this bomb. And the bomb is like commercially produced and has a serial number, and they're like, oh, well, this is the bomb. And Nash is like, let me flick my wrist thing, and has a 3D hologram of freaking bombs in your circuitry. And he's like, oh, just pull the green wire. And they're like, they're all green wires. Dun, dun, dun. And of course, like, the Flash gets pretty much drained while he's fighting Ragdoll, and as he's running to try to rescue Joe, he can only get Cecile out, and Joe's like, leave. And then he tries to go back for Joe with like 3 seconds left, time is ticking, and then Joe just yanks a random wire, like the closest of the green wires, which, if you look at the diagram that Nash was telling them to get the green wire, it's exactly the wire in the diagram, so he should have just used that as direction, like, do this wire that's in this position. But no. Yeah, and the bomb, of course, is, like, diffused. But anyway, then Joe goes into witness protection, which I don't exactly know how that would work in the world of the Flash and Arrow and Supergirl and like all this CW Arrowverse thing. Which I'm wondering if they're going to change the name now that Arrow has finished. Might be the Flashiverse or something. Anyway, in this world, they're constantly using CCTV and facial recognition and all that kind of stuff. And Joe is a fairly famous public figure, because he's the freaking captain of the police precinct. So he's a public figure. He's been in the newspapers, he's been on TV and all that kind of stuff. So unless he's getting a reconstructive face surgery, the whole witness protection would not really work if your villain is essentially a tech mogul with an unlimited budget and unlimited resources. So, yeah, I don't know how that whole thing's gonna work out. But anyway, by the end of the episode, we really find out that Iris is telegraphing away from about 1,000 light years that she is in fact a duplicate. Because she just constantly starts berating Barry, how he's a piece of shit, how she doesn't care if his speed gets depleted and he gets killed because reasons, and she wants her daddy who, like, honestly, I'm so sick of her character. I'm so sick of the whiny bitchiness of Iris West Allen, and I don't want that character anymore in that show. Anyway, like and Barry, of course, like he is so like enamored and besmitten by her that he doesn't see right in front of her, like right in front of his face. He doesn't see that she's a lying, manipulating cow. That's not even like the real Iris, but even the real Iris is whining and bitchy to no avail. But yeah, he's like a massive beta cuck, like just completely cucked away, and there's none of that energy that the character had in seasons 1 or 2. There's none of that, like, I don't know. It seems like Grant Gustin himself just doesn't give a fuck anymore about the performance. There is nothing that makes Barry Allen Barry Allen. There's nothing there. It's not the same character. So yeah, Iris just like kicks Barry out of the apartment, even though it's his apartment. And now that Joe has gone to witness protection, she can just, go home to her house. But no, she doesn't want to because she wants to live in the city, not in the suburbs. So she just bitches him out of his own apartment. And this doesn't set off any red flags or anything for him. Okay. Yeah, and of course, at the end, we get that stupid, cheesy music that the CW is famous for, which is some sort of guitar soul. I don't even know what the genre is. It's like that's sad blues, blah blah blah. Things happen for a reason, blah blah blah. Yeah. I didn't realize until just after watching this episode, but this whole season of The Flash, it's all about a married couple where the woman is in charge and the best at everything, and the man is holding her back. Like, completely. Every single character couple in this episode, in this series in itself, is like falls within that theme. Barry and Iris, she's this, whippersnapper reporter, and Barry is constantly trying to hold her down by, telling her that she's a human and has no superpowers and she's in danger from certain shit. Then we have Joe and Cecile. Cecile's all like, oh, I have these mental powers and I want to be in a girl gang with other metahumans. And Joe's like, oh, that is too dangerous. You also have a baby with me, so maybe you should think about her. But she's like, no, I'm woman, hear me roar. Like, every single couple is like that, and especially the main villains now, because there are two main villains, but like one is more main than the other, and that of course is Ava, who is the wife of Carver, and she's amazing. She's the best ever. And oh yeah, it was because of her husband and being a total dick that she got locked in the mirror, and now she's doing everything for revenge, and she is completely justified because her husband is just a man, and he's evil. Just yeah. Did not love this episode at all. By far, the worst episode of The Flash. So, I am gonna wrap this lovely little review up, and I will see you next time. Until then, like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you next time. Live long and prosper till then.